Konnichiwa. Huh?
There you go.
Yes. I won't tell everybody that your family nickname. Today, lads, what day is today? Thursday. It is Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Is
yes.
it all day Thursday today?
All day.
Okay, fair enough. So it's Thursday. Be the Jesus, I think is the statement. It is just bananas how much whiskey's in this room. The lads are actually, what they're doing at the minute is they're going along and shuffling everything, tightening everything up to give us more space so we can literally fill the racks because we are wedged.
Stuffed.
She's out the door, hey, out the door. Americae and Japanese, and that's why I said Konnichiwa at the start. Sinead told me not to do my Japanese
Accent. Nope.
Apparently, but it is very, especially when you go Hakuchu.
Bless you.
Thank you very much. America, look, again, there's some doozies in this month. I mean, absolute doozies. The BTAC collection from 2015, I believe they are. Spring 2015 written on that one there. There's the Eagle Rare, the 17-year-old. There's the William LaRue Weller, and there's Thomas H. Handy in that. That is sought after bottles. They go bananas for them in America. I mean, literally, I've been watching them in one of the big auction platforms in America. But the only auction platform in America. But on the social media sites, on the Facebook groups and all that sort of stuff, lads go proverbial over them. But what we have in this month, if you can't afford that, or you don't want to afford it, might be the better statement, there's a tasting kit in this month's auction. And it's a nice one, a real nice presentation. So again, it's from the Whiskey Exchange, and I mean, the Whiskey Exchange, a very reputable company. But this is the William LaRue Weller tasting set. So it's got all the little samples in it. Look at that. Special Reserve, 12-year-old, CYPD, Antique. And I was Antique? What's an Antique? Oh, I'm dyslexic.
Say it as you see it.
Say it as you see it. Full proof and another 12-year-old. But lovely presentation. Real nice presentation. All sealed, little plastic seals on the top of them. It's in good nick, that one there. They do well, actually. There's a Shanks. What was the Shanks and what was the song from years ago? You're too young to remember it. Buster Shanks. No, not Buster Shanks. Something that. 2018 release of that as well. They're usually fairly limited edition bottles. I mean, again, I think these numbers are usually fairly low. I mean, proportionally low for how many there is of it. A Midwinter Nights Dram, limited engagement. Is that a new way of saying limited edition?
Possibly.
Act 10, Scene 5. Somebody was reading my mind and as to how you do a limited edition bottle. Like if I ever do a proper limited edition bottle, it'd be A 1 to 10, B 1 to 10, C 1 to 10, and everybody will be going bananas over it. Willet, Katie. That's the Family Estate bottle, small batch one. That one there. But also there's one of them there. They're in nearly every month now at this stage. You still haven't got one yet, have you not? You know what you need to do?
Somebody just keeps forbidding me.
That's the joys of an auction.
I know.
Darling. Rip Van Winkle, Pappy Van Winkle. We're getting them nearly every month now at this stage as well. It's great. This is the 10-year-old, the 12-year-old Lot B again. I think it's genius. And a 23-year-old. That's a fairly hefty one as well. In the nice bag. Is it velour, Katie? Is that what it is?
Yeah, because it's not velvet.
It's not velvet. It's a sort of cheap man's velvet.
Yeah.
I could sit and stroke my bottle all night.
I'm sure you could.
Anyhow, bottle of... Where are we going with that? Bottle of Blantons, Gold Edition. They're in it every month. I mean, the Blantons do really, really well. Again, the madness of us shipping them back to America, I think is the funniest thing in the world. I suppose it's like shipping Irish whiskey back to Ireland.
That happens.
It happens. Yeah, look, it does happen. I mean, bottle of Booker's, bottle of Elijah Craig, bottle of Buffalo Trace, and then the long pot still styly bottle of Willet. Katie, I think you need to buy yourself one of them for Christmas.
I will. Well, it might not be Christmas, but I'll eventually get it.
Good, because I'm not buying you one.
That's fine.
Look at that one. I'm only after seeing that.
We had that in before. We had one of them in before.
For the Ryder Cup in Rome in Italy. Was it? Okay, I didn't see that. See, I'm glad you're paying attention to actually what goes on in this building, because I usually haven't a clue. Ryder Cup, I mean, again, it's amazing how these sporting fixtures, and I seen a bottle of NBA Hennessy there in the auction as well.
That's a nice bottle.
But how the sporting worlds and the drink worlds, I mean, they're strange bedfellows. I mean, in Ireland, they've prohibited marketing for alcohol products. How the lads are getting around it is they're doing Guinness 0.0. So they're saying it's alcohol free, but you sort of do Guinness, big Guinness, and little 0.0. And the Heineken and them all them.
It's got to be done
as well. Yeah, that's it. It's a funny thing, isn't it? And we've run into that roadblock with the charities. Is that they don't want to accept money from alcohol-based sales, purchases, whatever it is. And it's
which
a weird
in
one.
my head doesn't make sense, because money's money for a charity.
Yeah.
We're not asking the charities to promote us.
You're right, Kate.
Or to promote the alcohol.
Or to even say that we're doing it for them. It's just for us to be able to say that we're doing it for them.
For them. That's it.
Yeah, and
but,
show people
but
that.
anyhow.
Yeah. It is a strange one.
It is weird. But
and yet when you speak to some of the other charities, they go, I don't care.
Take hand and nod.
Take hand and nod. Exactly. And again, you get it. I get it for some of the kiddies one. But again, like, UNICEF doesn't accept it. Is that designed for big multinationals who are doing a bit of whitewashing, that they're sort of, trying to make themselves feel good, or eco-washing, or whatever these things are? Or is this a community-based thing? This is genuinely people, bidding for things.
But I suppose in that sense, you have to broad stroke it. You can't nitpick.
But it's just a weird one. It is a weird one. I constantly struggle with it. But again, it is what it is. Japanese whiskey. As I kicked off with Konnichiwa, we'll finish off with the Japanese. There's always in it. They're always there every month. Hibikis. I mean, they have to be the most creative on putting a fancy label on a bottle of Japanese whiskey. The one at the end there, Sinead, with that nice bridgey thing over it, is the Blossom Harmony. And they go mental.
Yeah, they do.
But they're just I used to buy them for 40 quid.
No, it was that one there you bought.
Yeah. They're the same. That's the Japanese Harmony, Japanese Master Select, and that's just the Japanese Harmony. Now, I know it's a limited edition one. You're hanging that up to tell me and point it out to me. Yes, I know that. But, then it is in a rather fancy bottle and all that sort of stuff. But, I mean, come on, lads.
They got to make their money somehow.
These are taking the proverbials. Hibiki 17, the age statement ones are consistently doing well. They're holding the prices, internationally, despite Japanese whiskey has fallen back a wee bit. I mean, again, it's the thing that everybody keeps talking to us about. Will Irish whiskey fall back, or is it slowing down? I'm always an advocate of these things, that if you keep talking about it, it happens. Build it and they will come. So you keep talking down the market, and then people who are new to the market are going, oh, well, I'm not paying for that now because everybody's telling me that it's not worth. There is an element of it. We're still in a huge growth phase in Irish whiskey. I mean, we're still only getting into markets internationally. I don't think there's any slowing down in it at all. I mean, tell John Teeling or tell Middleton or tell Bushmills that they're slowing down when they're pumping so much money into building distilleries and infrastructures. And I mean, Billy Lighton's out in Asia at the minute talking about Irish whiskey. I know James from Sleeve League, he's done huge tours of Asia and Australia and that. They're all just growth markets for these things. So Irish whiskey's not slowing down, lads. You just keep talking about it and saying that it's slowing down. The prices might be mitigating a wee bit in Ireland, but
worldwide, no.
Not a chance. No. There's a massive appetite for Irish whiskey out there, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. Touch wood. I mean, stop talking. Yeah. But back to the Japanese before we were touching woods. Speaking of woods, there's something about a forest there, a Japanese forest one there on the Hakushu. The Hakushu and the Yamazaki, they're again limited edition releases 2022. I mean, they started bringing out these limited edition releases, you know, when they realised where the market was going, and just to capitalise on it more, they realised the collector's market was growing and growing and growing. So let's get them out there. Do a lot of the whiskies taste different? I don't know. I think you'd be hard pushed to tell the difference. Some, you know, of the annual releases are massively different. No different than our own Middleton. I mean, you can taste the difference from year to year in some of them. And other years, it's just ever so subtle. I mean, the difference between Kevin's first one, 2023, and Brian Nation's last one, or 20, whatever, can't even remember the years now at this stage. The difference between the two was a huge jump. And again, that was Kevin coming along and putting more grain into it and having a different influence in that.
He had a different palate.
He did. Was it a big pallet like you put 6 barrels on?
That could have been a smaller one.
A small pallet?
Yeah.
Right, okay. That is that. Tomorrow is Go Live Day. We shall discuss a couple of the charity bottles and a few of the uber rare bottles. As I said yesterday, I did add a few new categories, the wines and the Method of Madness. We've a couple of new features. Make sure you look into the push notifications. It's a great way to stay involved about the your bidding activity in the auction. It's our biggest ever auction. We're over 1,800 lots. We're literally at the minute finalising all of that sort of stuff. And then we have the oldest bottle of whiskey ever. We does. And from the town, hey.
From the town.
Town to town. But there it's sitting there, but we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yes.
It's sitting there. And that is it for now until tomorrow, lads and lassies. It's not konnichiwa.
No.
What is it? Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.